Today, after a crazy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here between the Baltimore Ravens and the Seattle Seahawks. Two teams here, each off to 1-0 starts as this one is underway on EA Sports. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go.
Now a play fake, and it's Smith. That's into the hands of his tight end, Will Dissly. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 13 yards on the game's opening play. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. First carry here for Ken Walker. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. The Seahawks 1-0 on the year following the win in Week 1. And they've gotten a pretty good deal from the schedule makers as well. Home dates in Weeks 1 and 2.
And I would believe that they would need to take advantage of that, partner, because as you can imagine, the road dates will pile up later this season. So this is a great opportunity for them to put some early distance on the rest of the division and create a little bit of a cushion for them for later in the year.
This is going to be the matchup to watch out on the perimeter, and it won't be the last time these two go at it. Both of them believe they are the superior. In this case, the win goes to the defense.
Trap 60, trap 60.
A shotgun snap for Smith. He lets it fly for Lockett. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. It'll be a net of only 30 here. 40-yard punt, 10 on the return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 23. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. That ball caught. It's Mark Andrews, the tight end. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line. He'll get that out wide to Duvernay. And some room to work. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 16 yards on that one and a Raven first. Throwing now, Jackson on 1st down. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make 2nd down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
They'll run for the first time with J.K. Dobbins. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. So that time they got the left guard with a hold.
And let's face it, in today's ball, you might have that 330-pound guy you're supposed to clear out of there. You might need a little bit of extra help by grabbing the jersey and trying to ride him out.
Got an open man, it's Burnett. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 42. 23 yards the pickup there. First catch of this game, a big one. Of course, he had the big performance last week when he was AFC Offensive Player of the Week.
Yeah, but that was so last week, wasn't it? I mean, look at what he's doing now. I think he's trying to exceed what he did in that game and continue to ascend in this season.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Jackson on the give to Dobbins. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time. And this is taken in at the 5. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Rashad Bateman, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Ravens are on the board first here this afternoon. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. And oh, he sheds a tackle. Now he's got some space. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A little too much extracurricular there.
When you have a game with a lot of contact, tensions are going to run pretty high. You're going to be emotional, but you have to harness it somehow, and he didn't on that play.
Up the middle they run. It's Walker. And down inside the 35 he goes to the 32-yard line. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, this defense for the Ravens, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
And that's not the half of it. They forced 7 turnovers in that game, and I know we always talk about turnovers coming in bunches once you force the first one. But 7? That seems almost impossible, but we watched it happen.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
And oh, he's just going to be short here, barely, maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches.
Let's go now.
They snap it to Smith. This is caught by Evans. Touchdown, Seahawks. A great play there. His first NFL reception goes for 6. And the Seahawks' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Myers connects on the PAT, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
This taken in at the goal line.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
As the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime if you're a good football team. You spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments, prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively.
And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins.
And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. They go play action with Jackson. He's going to let this one go deep. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
Love the idea, love the concept, but you got to leave a little room on the sideline so he can fade into it when he makes the catch. That was thrown too close to it for the receiver to make a play.
He'll swing this out to Dobbins.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. The Raven passing game getting in sync, another first down.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
Jackson now. This one caught over the middle by Burnett. And in for the Ravens touchdown. 25 yards for the touchdown.
And the Ravens have taken the lead.
Tucker with the extra point. And that makes the score 14-7.
14, Seahawks 7. Justin Tucker,
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
With the football changing hands here as this offense takes the field, Charles, they'd be fine with more of the same on this upcoming drive. Last time out, they found the end zone for 6.
And they're certainly hoping for more of the same, but the game plan, I doubt it'll just be a carbon copy of the last drive because I think this offense is ready to break out some new wrinkles and try some new things that might be hidden in their playbook. They want to use that confidence to its advantage while also keeping the defense.
Oh, he's trying for Smith-Schuster, but it's intercepted.
And the Ravens are going to take possession of the football.
He's had it again, Charles. He had the pick 6 last week. Not a pick 6 here, but an interception.
It's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he had made it all the way to the end zone. This week he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
Meanwhile, Jackson's throw into the hands of Andrews. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. Working with a 2nd and 3.
Jackson. Over the middle, complete. It's Burnett.
And they're going to move it down inside the 25.
Now Jackson on first down. And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. The escapability in evidence there as that one good for 15 and a first.
Certainly not the way they drew it up in the playbook, but that's why they love this guy back there. He sees things breaking down, and he's more than capable of finding an escape route and still getting a decent gain.
This is caught. Nice gain of 8 that time, and it's 2nd and goal.
Dobbins. No signal, and now they say he did not get in. He is stonewalled at the 1.
They hold him again, and now all of a sudden it's 3rd and goal at the 1. Well, they held him out on 2nd down, and now here's 3rd and goal. Now they bring a receiver in motion right.
3rd and goal, option right. And he is going to lose yardage here. 4th down, here's Jackson. And that'll be taken in by Andrews for a Ravens touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown catch. And the Ravens have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And it's now 21-7.
Ravens 21, Seahawks 7. Justin Tucker in the kickoff for Baltimore.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
Taken at the goal line. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive, in particular if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes, get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better, got to get him more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to...
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Odafe Owe showing off the pass rush skills. Well, you're already up a couple of scores here in the first half defensively, and Charles, they just seem to be playing really free on that side of the football.
I love the observation because with that type of a lead, they feel like they can take a few more chances and be even more aggressive, and it's been paying off for them so far this game.
And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. 5 yards, not enough, and it'll be 4th down. Here's Michael Dixon now to punt. .44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. And this is a beauty as that ball's going to angle out at the 6-yard line.
Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
Right now, everything they touch turns to gold. This is their 4th possession.
He's got a man complete. 20. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. So from back deep in their home territory, all the way into the end zone. You think they expected to score on that one?
I'm not sure they expected to score, but they also showed that they're not averse to taking a little bit of a risk there, right? Taking a chance because the normal call is take care of the football, run it, be safe. Instead, they put it in the air and took a gamble, and it paid off in a big way. That wasn't an analytics call. That wasn't a fantasy guy's call. That was like a video game call right there.
It was a little bit of a video game call, but it worked.
Seahawks take over first down and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Here we go.
Here's Walker to start the drive. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
The defender certainly didn't forget about him leaking out of the backfield. There was a guy ready and waiting to pick him up in coverage, and that throw had no shot.
Throwing on 3rd down, Smith.
comes loose. And it's picked up by the Ravens. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. Obviously, you got to hold on to the football, but I've got to give credit to the defense there. Good job of knocking it free.
Yeah, because a lot of the time we just blame the offensive players for not taking care of it. How about the effort of the defensive players knowing that guys are going to, and if they're good, anticipate the contact coming and try and cover up the football. And they still find ways to knock it free.
After the fumble recovery, it's Jackson. He's got his man. It's Andrews. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now and light a fire under these guys. They've got to start playing better assignment football and start getting guys on the ground.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Now it's Jackson. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. A great effort there. On his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Ravens are able to add on to their first-half lead. Tucker with the extra point. And the rout is on here in this first half.
Ravens 35, Seahawks 7. Justin Tucker in the kickoff for Baltimore.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
This fielded right at the goal line. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Last time out, they had the fumble. That led to the touchdown. Not a great look on either side of the ball as the defense gave up the points too, Charles. But they've got to take care of the football and do better here on this possession.
It's certainly been a tough stretch, partner, for both of those units. And they kind of put their defensive mates in a really tough spot there by dropping the ball on the ground. But an easy way to make it up to them, get out there now and get some points on this drive.
And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. And with that carry, he's already over 100 yards here in the first half.
And, partner, you know exactly what he's saying to his teammates right now, right? Especially to the play caller.
Give me the ball.
Again, and again, and again. It's not that heavy, sir. I'll take it.
The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And still plenty of time remaining here in the half, more than a minute. We'll see if they just want to protect that lead or try to add on to it.
Well, with as much time as is left on the clock, I would imagine it would be the latter. I think they're going to try and add on to it. So what they're going to tell the team is very simply, if you can get out of bounds after making a play downfield, terrific. If you can't, everyone hustle to the line of scrimmage, either run another play or clock it and start over again.
Off the play fake to Dobbins, here's Jackson. That's complete, left side to Bateman. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes.
Jackson's throw complete there to Bateman. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 13 yards as they've got the connection working. His second catch in a row, first down. Jackson from the shotgun. He's going to look deep down the field. And incomplete on the deep ball.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far. But on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Jackson will throw again. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
They'll bring a receiver in motion left. On 3rd down, Jackson. Open man is Duvernay. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. Throw left side complete to Burnett. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this 1st half. So the drive will continue. After the conversion on 4th, they'll work from the 20 on 1st down. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. That's complete to his running back, J.K. Dobbins. Now a signal and a timeout call, as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this 1st half of play. A chance to really cap off a big 1st half here as they come up on 1st and goal. And Jackson throwing once more. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Nothing on 1st down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, 2nd and goal. Now, here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the 2nd half. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And he's going to have the hook up to Burnett. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of, until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
From the 27, Jackson. That's taken in by Duvernay. It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on 3rd down. Here's Jackson. That's complete to John Ross. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards. This offense really looking polished these first couple of weeks. Here's 1st and 10. Now it's Jackson. Going up top. And that nearly their first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground incomplete.
After what they've faced during this game, where they've given up a ton of yards downfield, there has to be a measure of revenge right there for the secondary. They've been shredded throughout the game and finally forced an incompletion.
They go play action now. Jackson. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Ed Oliver, that time the one to get in there and bring him down. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens.
They're going to look to throw.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Quandre Diggs.
Pretty much everything went their way offensively in the first half, but now an interception on the opening drive of the 3rd quarter.
As we know, the key to everything here, don't get careless with the football. The problem is you've got to stay aggressive as well. So where's the line between being aggressive and attacking and being overly aggressive? I think they just crossed it on that one.
Now a throw out to his fullback is complete.
And out of bounds all the way down at the 3.
Sets him up nicely. 1st and goal. It was a pickup of 14. Walker will get down close to the goal line, but not in, as he'll be marked down at the 1.
19-18.
Walker once more, and he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. Kenneth Walker, his first rushing touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks take the forced turnover on defense and convert it into 6 points. Gino's going to throw. And he's got it for the 2-point conversion. So they tack on a pair more here to narrow that deficit a bit further. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in this second half. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the 3rd quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 44. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
And he's got his tight end. That's Andrews. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 34-yard line. A good pickup there at 22.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a 1st down.
No one there to help out downfield, but no problem. Scrambling for 22 and a 1st. Play action. Now Jackson. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Lamar Jackson, a 12-yard touchdown run, as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to 23.
Seahawks 22. Justin Tucker in the kickoff for Baltimore.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This taken in at the goal line. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19.
The Seahawks make over a first down kick at their own 19-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And really, Charles, not much of a surprise that they're losing. They just haven't been able to get much of anything going in the pass game. And as you well know, in today's NFL, if the passing game isn't working, usually not much else is working either.
You're exactly right about that, partner. And I know that right now the easy answer would be, hey, let's run the football. But that might not be everything you need. So despite the fact that they've struggled throwing it, they've got to find some type of a play, multiple plays, that puts the ball in the air and allows for them to have some success.
Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there. Geno now to throw. He lets it fly for Lockett. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
Okay, break. Buffalo 18. Ready.
They snap it to Smith. That's
Walker hit and the ball is out.
and it's picked up by the Ravens.
Inside the 20.
And he is not quite going to make it all the way in. They'll mark him down right about the 1-yard line.
I think what we just saw there with that fumble return is the increased emphasis on taking the ball away from another team. And no one wants to just fall on in football anymore, do they? They want to take it and try and score themselves.
But when you fall, got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. From a yard out.
And the Ravens will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd.
Tucker with the extra point, and the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter.
Ravens 52, Seahawks 22. Justin Tucker, the kickoff for Baltimore.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
Taken at the goal line.
Now a hit and a loose football. And I believe he was able to get this back. He was. Boy, after giving up the touchdown, lucky that didn't turn into another.
I didn't do this in college, but I did it in high school. When you return kicks and you lose it yourself, the panic that goes through you and the determination to get the ball back, I don't even know how to describe it. And I think we just saw an example.
Looking for Lockett, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And the Ravens are going to take possession of the football. Well, to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game. But that's something right there. Still in the 3rd quarter. It would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Teron Johnson able to pick it.
And the Seahawksons are going to take over at their own 28-yard line.
Keep in mind, he had the 3-interception game last week, so we requested to talk with him this week. He was all smiles. He's still all smile.
Yeah, we didn't jinx him at all, did we?
And a big loss here as he's taken down.
David Ajabo running in to take him down.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. After the sack, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile.
On 2nd down, it's Walker.
And they'll get him down here at the 23.
143 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Caught the defense off guard there a bit on 2nd and long, but now you still have to deal with 3rd and long.
Yeah, you do, but you feel pretty good about the last play, don't you? And maybe it gives you a little bit of confidence dialing up the next one that maybe your team will believe in it when you send it in.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey.
Well, they've got the huge lead. Now they have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road. It helps seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Teron Johnson able to pick it.
And the Ravens will take over possession here up at the 44. So the holding call on the offense, so they go ahead and decline that one and take possession of the football on the INT.
Running right, here's Walker.
And a lane slow and materializing there as he'll get maybe a yard up to the 45.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now it's Smith. They'll find Juju Smith-Schuster.
And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
Smith on 3rd down.
Setting up the screen here. This is Walker. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
And that's a gutsy call there on 3rd and short because that's a play that's got a good chance of being blown up in the backfield for a big loss of yardage. But nice job out wide to gather in that screen pass, use his blockers well, and pick up the 1st down.
And it'll be intercepted.
Picked up by Jalen Armour-Davis. And the Ravens are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable 4th quarter lead. That is caught. Rashad Bateman.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
Historically, this is such a tough, loud venue, but you can hear a pin drop right now. A lot of fans long gone, not used to seeing a lopsided score like this.
He's going to wind up and air it out. Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. It's a big play there for Baltimore. 57 yards. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. Throwing is Jackson. And this is going to be intercepted.
Picked up by Trey Brown. And the Seahawksans are going to take over at their own 28-yard line. So certainly a big mistake there, Charles. 1st and goal, and they throw the interception.
Oh, that's just agonizing for a team because you still got at least 2, maybe 3 downs in your pocket. So if it's not there on 1st down, there is no sense in trying to force something. Instead, they turn the ball over.
They'll run with Walker to begin the drive.
And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards.
Cowboy 80. Come back in. Warrior 70.
At the 36-yard line.
Panther 11. Panther 11.
From the 36, Smith. And my goodness, another interception. And he will bring this back. It's a pick 6 and a Raven touchdown. Tucker now for the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead.
Ravens 29, Seahawks 22.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And you can sort of sense their dejection. That last pick six put the icing on the cake, so to speak, in what has been a rough go for them. Walker now on 1st and 10. And he'll get this up just shy of the 30. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And he'll take this to the 32, a gain of about 3.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
The Seahawks on 3rd down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3.
77 Wolf.
Now Geno. He lets it fly for Lockett. Ball had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
Desperation time for Smith on 4th down. And it's going to be batted down. It will go the other way with the football. The Seahawks go for it but can't convert. And the Ravens get the football back and in great shape. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And this is into the hands of Andrews downfield. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. To throw is Jackson. Toward the pylon, caught. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Looking like they're well on their way to a 2-0 start. All smiles right now on that sideline, isn't it?
As well there should be. It's hard to win a game in the NFL. We hear it all the time. We know that it's difficult. But guess who's smiling? But inside is thinking 24-hour rule because we're going to have to play again next week.
Boss man.
Oh, without a doubt. The head coach, he wants them to feel good, but at the same time, find a way to keep improving.
And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
And not much there at all. He's up only to about the 16-yard line. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a 3rd down and long. Back to throw, Smith. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it. One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there.
79 Broncos.
Here we go on 4th. Smith. And the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as the defense nowhere to be found there. A gain of 20 on 4th down. He's going to let it fly. And this one is incomplete.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
Smith, an incomplete pass on 1st down. Now it's 2nd and 10. Straight ahead, Walker.
Looking for an opening, not much there. He'll get it to the 39. Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7. Now we've got whistles and movement up front. I think this is against Seattle. So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now. 3rd and long. Here's Smith. Finding Walker complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock.
Work to do here to avoid falling to 1-1, but this is 1st and 10 right now. Throwing is Smith. And that one going to come up short. Low throw.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Off of play action. Here's Smith. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Ravens. The 30. 10. And that might just cement it. A return for a late touchdown. The offenses have success. You could say they've run wild a little bit. Time for the defenses to get into the act, and one does here.
Nothing like a little bit of revenge for the defense. They've had to deal with it all game long. Both offenses going up and down the field. How about it when they take the ball away and take it to the other end zone?
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late. But he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man.
Go ahead and give him the hat trick. He's been in the end zone now 3 times.
You toss your fedora first, okay? You go ahead and do that. But let's be honest about it.
And it'll be intercepted.
Well, as most teams do in their 2-point attempt, they pass the ball. Instead, it gets intercepted. And remember, if you pick it off, you get a chance to take it all the way back, get 2 points yourself, right?
Yeah, not the case there, but that's why you got to be really careful with those throws, especially to the outside. So despite the huge deficit, they're going to keep fighting. Here comes the onside kick. And this one travels out of bounds, so unsuccessful there on the onside kick try. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 48. Oh, Jackson's going to throw it. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And it's incomplete. They're still throwing to the very end, but now this game is over.
Well, fans usually love to see scoring, and there was no shortage